Orbital transmutation. Oh, I didn't want to die.
It always sucks when they don't want to die. Alright, I got my coffee, I got a snack, I got everything I need, got my stream kicked on. Alright, let's do this. Where are you at? I will find you. I will find you. Wait for me. I'm a comin'. Don't kill Fidelitas without me.
Level up.
You are now level 19. Alright, I'm gonna wait for you here.
Am I really level 19?
Yeah, you're really level 19.
Then I can put some of my other stuff in
What? Come over here where I am. It's a safe spot, and you can check to see if you can add some more stuff.
my inventory. Let's see. Canyon speed support. Yes, I got that at level 18. Where does that need to go?
You could stick that. Let's see. Does your SRS have an open link on it? Summon Raging Spirits?
Yeah.
Stick it there.
Alright, then I got, I'm good on the other two red links, but I don't have the strength for them. I'm short.
Alright. What you're gonna want to do is on your passive tree. You know what? I could probably solve that strength problem for you real quick.
I got like 9 points I need to allocate on the passive tree.
Okay, look for a big red cross on your passive tree.
Big red cross.
Like there'll be like a big blue cross or a big green cross and a big red cross. It'll be, let's see, where is it? Okay, it's gonna be over there next to Elemental Overload.
That's not telling me nothing.
Uh-huh. You know what? Don't worry about it for now. What I'm gonna do is, as soon as we're done with this, you're gonna let me borrow your amulet, and I'm gonna put an anointment on there, which will take care of your strength. Cool.
Okay.
All right, let's go kill Fidelitas real quick.
When I'm ready, and not before.
All right, we killed Fidelitas.
That was too easy. Oh crap, I need that faithful gem.
Did you get the Baleful Gem?
Yes, I did.
Cool, let's go to the forest encampment. Alright, give me your necklace. Not yet, though. Not on this character. Hold on one sec. No, crap. I'm not going to be able to do it. Okay, I'm going to walk you through the passive tree. You said you have 9 points?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, cool. Alright, so you know how you took Deep Wisdom?
To who?
You took Deep Wisdom?
Yeah.
All right. Now, right next to deep wisdom, it's mana and life, heart and soul, and then mana and life. Take those.
Yeah. All right.
Then
That'd be
next,
the upper route.
huh?
That'd be the upper way.
What? No,
Then
not
it's
not.
Arcanus Dominion.
Yep. Go to Arcanus Dominion.
Okay.
Hello, hello, Interblood. Okay, now go next. Now take that intelligence node right next to Arcanus Dominion.
Okay.
Then take that strength node right next to that.
Okay.
And take that intelligence node right next to that one.
All right.
Now go up to the next intelligence node.
Got it.
All right, and then you should see might plus 30 to strength.
Right. Yeah.
And there you go. That takes care of your strength.
All right. Yeah.
Oh.
Inventory. Yes, I can put them in there now.
Mm-hmm.
And they're both red sockets, so I guess they go in the helmet.
Yup. Greetings. I'm Einhard. Ooh, excuse me. Wish I had some skin transfers on this.
I have a green gem socket in my cap as well.
Right, but you're not going to need it for a while. It's better to have it, not need it, than need it, not have it.
Yeah.
I've got creamy hazelnut coffee. So good.
Hazel in your nut. Yeah.
Heck yeah. All right, let me know when you're ready.
All right, let me get rid of some stuff.
Okay.
I got a couple more transmutation.
Oh, just so you know, Dennis, I'm streaming at the same time as playing with you. So, by the way, can you guys hear my buddy? Okay, Dennis, say hello to everybody.
What up? What up?
And Interblood, this is a walking chaos like auto bomber that I created. Basically, it takes fire burst, right? And it converts all the damage to chaos using deadly ailments, swift affliction, unbound ailments, basically poison. And then I just stacked all kinds of chaos damage on this build. So now, whenever I hit my Stormbrand, everything around me dies. Dies!
Alright, where to now?
Now we're going to take the waypoint and we're going to go back to the crossroads.
Crossroads. Need
Alright.
to get here.
Alright, this way. So now, oh, let me get this, let me go ahead and get this, this essence. Alright, so now you don't need to worry about going to the Fellshrine Ruins because you've already gotten your Ascendancy, so we're just going to not worry about that. We are going to go straight to the next area, which is right up here. It's called the Broken Bridge. Now, you have a choice, Dennis.
Okay.
We can either kill all the bandits, and you get 2 extra points to put on your passive tree, or we can kill Alira, and she will give you extra elemental damage and extra elemental resistances.
Well, I'm kind of capped out on those right now, ain't I?
At the moment, yes. Generally speaking, we're not playing hardcore, so the extra elemental resistances and things aren't really needed since we're in softcore.
Yeah.
So, generally speaking, 99.9% of people in softcore take the 2 extra passive nodes, which is what you're going to do.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
So we're going to kill all of these bandits.
Help bait Creighton.
No, you wanna kill Creighton.
Kill Creighton.
Yep.
Yeah, well,
I might have to go back and come back in. Did you click on Creighton?
sure.
There we go. Alright, so you're going to want to get Creighton's amulet.
Okay.
Alright, and then we can go back to this waypoint. Because that is all we need to do on this side of Act 2.
Whee!
Are the champions, my friends. Yeah, that is true.
Now where to?
We're going to go back to the forest encampment. And we're going to go this way. Right into the riverways.
How am I supposed to get 2 points?
No, you're going to get 2 points after we kill all 3 bandits.
Oh!
Yeah, you've only killed one of the bandits. We're going to go get the other ones now.
All of them are in the same spot.
No, they're all in different spots. That's why we're going to go get them. Literally going to go kill them.
You're going to die.
Are you trying to sound like Commander Cobra?
No.
Oh. Dennis, I'm gonna need you. Where are you going?
I don't know.
All right, come over here. All right, you see this little broken bridge right here? Flame dash across it. There you go.
I'm ready and not before.
Now we're going into the deep woods.
Just deep woods for you.
I bet you. All right, we're looking for the waypoint.
Oh, bro.
Which particular announcement are we speaking about, Interblood? Because there's been a lot of announcements recently.
I was on a chat with him the other day.
Yep. Interblood's a good fellow. By the way, can you hear Dennis? I didn't know if you ever answered that or not.
Is that like good fellow as in like a real good fellow, or a good fellow as in like the mob?
Perhaps both. Oh, okay. So the 3.15 expansion. I get what they're trying to accomplish with it. Like, you know, obviously, like,
Where you going?
I'm trying to find the waypoint, Dennis, and I'm trying to talk at the same time. It's probably, the waypoint's probably all the way over here. So, you know, I get what they were saying about the power creep. Like, it's to the point now where, like, you know, you can take a gear in a character in solo self-found and absolutely melt bosses with it, you know, 10 minutes into the game. Like, you know, there's speedrunners that are getting through, you know, the entirety of the expansion in 3 hours. Are you keeping up? Where are you even at? Okay. Sorry, Dennis. So, like, I get why they're affecting the changes that they are. I think it will make it harder for newer players to really enjoy the game because you know, the acts are going to be more difficult.
That's because people get on there and they think they have to beat it in 4 hours.
Well,
They don't realize it's a game.
Well, yeah, but
Get on there and enjoy the game. You don't get on there and try to beat it in 2 hours.
I gotta see if I can turn the sound up.
That's one of the biggest things about like playing Call of Duty and stuff, like the storyline on Call of Duty. Because of that.
Oh, you know why he can't hear you? Because you're not on Discord. Okay, hold on. I gotta connect to Discord. Connect you to Discord on the other computer. Hold on one sec, dude. Were you saying you can hear me a little or him?
Oh, yeah, like me.
Probably you, yeah. That's real easy to switch though. Let's see. I just have to connect here. Okay, say something, Dennis.
What up? What up?
Okay, yeah, he should be able to hear you way better now.
Yeah,
Alright.
you're echoing now.
Am I echoing now?
Yeah, it sounds like
that's
you're a little
because I'm-
further away.
It's because I'm connected on 2 different Discords, I think. Nope, that was stupid. So many So many things to do. So quit Discord. There we go. Alright, say something, Dennis.
Something, Dennis.
Alright, we can turn you down a little bit actually. Alright, say something now.
Something now.
Alright, cool. Alright, am I still echoing?
No, you're right.
Okay, good. Okay, so carrying on. So you know, I get the theory behind what they're doing. What I don't like, I'm never a big fan of huge changes to games. You know, like you get into a game, you start learning the game, you learn a lot about it, and you get to the point where you really enjoy it. Okay, we're gonna go right here to the wetlands, and you know it becomes like it. You know, it's. I think what they're forgetting is like one of the things that makes this game so fun for people that have been playing this game from the beginning, like me, is like, you know, taking a build and making it viable for, you know, for super end game stuff. And, you know, of course, being able to, you know, having the knowledge required to, you know, go into solo self-found hardcore environment and just, you know, wreck the game. It's cool, you know, it's fun. And, you know, new players won't have that knowledge. You know, they can follow build guides, they can do all that stuff, but like Dennis here is still new to the game. Like we've never gotten Dennis to maps yet.
Very new.
Very new. So for Dennis, it's still a challenging experience for him. Like it's still like it's not exactly like
I ain't even. I'm lost as I'll get out when it comes to the game.
yeah, it's not like a new player can just walk into this game and like be amazing at it. So, do I feel like they needed to make it like more challenging? Not really. Like maybe make some of the ultra end game stuff a little harder to get to. You know, a little, you know, require a little bit more. Yeah, I'd be okay with that. All right, when you get his amulet, let me know.
Got it.
All right, let's go. We're going back to that waypoint we just hit. But
So that's the opposite direction.
you know, and of course, add in new content, add in new skills, adding new campaigns. You know, all that is really good. Like, I'm glad that they're doing that. I'm not glad that they're doing nerfs across the board and buffing up all the monsters. Hey, Wes! What's up, Wesley?
What's up? Forest encampment.
Yep. No. We're going back to the Riverways. We're playing Path of Exile. Do you want to play Path of Exile? You want to jump on with us? What are you doing? I'm glad you finally decided to join the stream, like you forget who I am. But currently we're talking about the 3.15 expansion. So basically, like, we watched the live stream about the expansion, and... Oh, okay, cool. And there's going to be, like, across-the-board nerfs. Like, everything is getting the nerf hammer. So, you know, they're talking about revamping each of the acts, and they're starting with Act 1 to make it more challenging. So, alright, I went into this, there you go. So, it's gonna completely change, like, the way, you know, the way people that have been playing the game for a long time play the game. And of course, you know, like, we're gonna go over here and kill Alira first. So, I mean, I'm not saying that like the game was like not needing changes. Like it did, there were things that needed to change, but I don't think new players like should be able to get to Sirius in like, you know, 3 hours or 5 hours or however long it took. Like it should take work to get to Sirius, but you know, because back in the beginning of Path of Exile, like, and I think Nav touched on this earlier. I'm gonna wait for you right here, dude. Nav touched on this earlier, like, you know, in the first 2 years of this game, like, most people never got to the Elders, and now like everybody gets to the Elders. So, like, making it harder to get to the in-game content is better. But the early acts, like the campaigns, I think, like, you know, they could add a little bit to it and like change some of the skills and make it a little bit more difficult. But, you know, you got to kind of leave the acts alone, you know, because it's most people's first introduction to the game, and if it's too hard, you're gonna lose people. Especially when, like, you know, there's other games, there's other ARPGs that are coming out that are good. You know, like The Last Epoch, and like, you know, there's more information coming out about Diablo 4. So it's not like people don't have options if they can't find an ARPG that they like. And we gotta come over here and kill these blackguards, dude. They should drop a thematic seal. Yeah, like, all right. Did you already get the thematic seal?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's go. Let's head back this way. We don't want to go back to Lion Eyes Watch just yet. Yeah, I mean, there's tons. Like, this is a super, super, super deep game. And that's without even getting into the crafting system or how to progress the Atlas. You know, like, most people, like, new players have no idea what Awakening Level 9 means. You know, they don't know, like, how to socket watchstones. They don't understand, like, the concept of, you know, map rotation and, you know, keeping your map sustain going so that you can spawn conquerors. Like, nobody, like, new players don't know that stuff. So, and, you know, Path of Exile, there's still a lot of new players. So if you make the early game content, you know, much more difficult, you know, then it's gonna discourage people from getting to the late game stuff, which is where the game really takes off. You know, like, the first 10 acts are basically a tutorial. You know, so I'm totally okay with nerfing some of the skills, because let's be honest, like, Blade Fall, Blade Blast, it's broken. Like you know, a lot of like ball lightning builds, broken. A lot of minion builds, broken as hell. You know, and you know, it's challenging to nerf some builds without, like, destroying them. But some builds need to be destroyed. Like, I'm okay with shifting metas from the typical builds that everybody uses. I'm okay with shifting, like, to making people have to find other builds, like other ways of making you know, in-game builds. You know, so what if you break summoners? You know, so what if you destroy aura bots? You know, like, make these experienced players have to work harder, and, you know, keep the content accessible for new players. You know, that's what their goal should be. Now, you know, they're introducing all these new skill gems and all these new support gems, and that's cool. And I really like what they're doing with flasks. Wow. Alright, what we just did is called insta-phasing a boss. Like, generally the Weaver has 2 phases, Dennis, and you can't kill him before the second phase. We killed him before he phased.
He didn't have a chance.
He did not have a chance. Alright, we can go back to the forest encampment. And while we're here in the forest encampment, I need you to talk to all the different NPCs. Now, I really like what they did with Reap. Like, I'm glad that they created a build, you know, the Reaper build. I'm glad that they created a build that only really uses 1 minion, because that brings it back in line with, you know, with 90% of the builds in the game that aren't summoner builds. So, now, for somebody like me, like, okay, so I'm not like the typical Path of Exile player that, you know, gears up a character, gets him really good, and then, like, takes all the gear off of it to use for other characters. Like, I have 54 builds, all of them different in their own way. You know, all of them completely geared. All of them, you know, I crafted 90% of the gear for all of my builds. And the thing that bothers me is, like, I'm gonna log into this game after the 3.15 expansion, and, like, all of my builds are gonna be changed. You know, like, they're all gonna be different somehow, and I'm gonna have to, like, figure out how broken each of my builds are, and I'm gonna have to sit here and read the patch notes and the manifestos and see what skills they nerfed and things like that to figure out, okay, this build, which I was finally able to do tier 16 maps, I can't do tier 16 maps with anymore. I'm probably going to be able to do tier 4 maps with. Like, you know, Navandis challenged me to do a Lightning Tendril build. That is the stupidest, hardest build I've ever had to do, because Lightning Tendrils is such a bad skill. But And this should be the goal of in-game players. I was able to make it viable to do tier 16 maps. Would I ever take it to kill like Sirius with? God, no. But like, why is it so bad if you know these hardcore Path of Exile players, and I'm talking about like the top 5%, like your Tai killers and your Zizrans, the people that that speed run this game. Why is it?
Arcane Cloak.
Yeah, why is it so bad for them to be able to, to get through the game really fast and then get bored with the league halfway through it? It's cool if they're bored with the league, fine, whatever, You're still getting the vast majority of players that are not bored halfway through the league, that haven't done everything you can do in a league, especially when the leagues are only 3 or 4 months long.
I don't know which one of these I want. The only one I see that's halfway viable is going to be Arcane Cloak.
Arcane Cloak is good, and you would only really use that. You would activate it when you're basically surrounded by a bunch of mobs to increase your defenses, or around a boss before you fight them so you don't get one shot.
And then I got Brand. There's Brand Recall.
Yeah, you don't need to worry about that one. That's one that you're not using brands.
Cold Snap.
Nope.
Arctic Armor.
Nope. Well, Arctic Armor would be
Desecrate.
okay. Desecrate is good. Take Desecrate. Okay, so what Desecrate is going to do is it's going to force all of your minions to respawn, and when they respawn, their health regenerates. So let's say you've got 6 zombies running around, and you're starting to take damage. You hit Desecrate, all of your zombies pop up right in front of you, and they all get health regen. So
Okay.
yeah, take Desecrate, and it's going to be a green gem, so you can stick it in your helmet.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Alright, then I got Herald of Ash, Herald of Thunder,
Honestly, dude,
Herald of Ice.
at this point, dude, you're not gonna have to worry about any of the heralds. You're pretty much set on the gems you need. Yeah, I'd take Desecrate for sure, but just take a gem and stick it in your stash for now.
The Apex.
Yep, that is what we need to go forward. So let me know when you're done talking to all the NPCs.
Let's see. Faster casting support. Minion speed. I need minion speed support, definitely. Concentrated effect support. Control destruction. Elemental focus. Predator support. That's predator support.
Predator support's nice. What Predator support is going to do is if you, like, let's say you're on a boss, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he's got a lot of ads, which are like mobs just running around. You cast your Predator support on the boss, and it will force all of your minions to attack the boss. But I don't think you're going to have an open socket for that.
No.
So it's cool to have for like later on.
I got a blue one in my
Oh yeah, that's right.
vest.
You have nothing sucking in your vest whatsoever. Yeah, stick it on there. Stick it in.
See that? So do I want predator support or minion speed support?
Predator.
Probably predator support.
Yeah, take Predator.
Alright, let me put this stuff in its place. Come on.
Okay, I have a question for you here, Dennis.
What?
Now, what do you use most? The SRS or the skeletons?
The SRS, because I guess...
Because it's kind of annoying to... It's kind
That's
of...
the way I've allotted it.
Okay, so... Oh, wait, well, you got the Holy Flame Totem. You're still using the Holy Flame Totem for bosses and stuff, right?
Yes, I'm still using it.
Alright, cool. Alright.
It
Well,
won't let me put it in my cap.
it won't let you put what in your cap?
My Desecrate.
Are you the correct level for Desecrate? Do you have enough dexterity?
No, I'm short on dexterity.
Alright, so do you have any skill points you can use?
Yeah, I got 4 I gotta allocate.
Alright, on the opposite side of Might, there's a node called Agility. Take Agility, and that'll take care of your dex.
That's all applied endpoints. And then I'll
And
guess
then
next will be
and then you should have enough points to get minion instability.
alright, let's see. Alright, let's go back. There we go. We're in there now. Alright, so that takes care of that. Now the last. Yes, that's the only one left to talk to. With just those three.
All right, you ready?
Let me put this stuff in my stash real quick.
Okay. When you're ready, go ahead and take the waypoint to the northern forest. I think Wesley left us already.
What a turd.
What a douche. You know what? You can't go to the northern forest. You gotta go to the wetlands. I'm sorry. Do you need what?
This spike, it's what is it?
Malagaro spike.
Malibu.
You can't take it out of your inventory, so you might as well hold on to it.
Okay. 'Cause right now I got Baleful Gem, the Apex, and Malibu Spike.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna need all of those.
Alrighty. Alright, well we're good to go. Where are we going now?
Alright, take the waypoint to the wetlands.
To the wetlands. River wetlands.
Alright, and then click these, click this tree. And go on into the Val Ruins.
The Vale Ruins.
It's too bad Wesley didn't stay. I sure could have used him lurking. By the way, can you lurk on your phone for me just to,
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a second.
Yeah, give me the extra person on my stream to help me get affiliate a little bit faster.
Alright, so we need to be on Twitch. Do.
Oh.
Well, here I come. There we go. Alright, we are lurking.
All right, cool. I'm gonna need you to say one word, like something like hello or something in chat. Perfect. All right, let's go.
Alright. Hey, get my finger back on the right keys.
I know that's right. I don't know if it's cheating to have your friend like lurk while he plays with you.
I don't know. Well, if you can honestly say I'm kind of watching.
I mean, you are kind of watching.
In a literal sense, I'm watching.
Watching everything die.
In epic fashion.
You know what? When we get to the Val Overseer, I'm gonna sit back a little bit and let you kill him. Because you've never, you probably don't remember much about the Val Overseer.
Negative.
All right, so really interesting mechanic about the Val Overseer. He has this like melee splash thing that he does when you get close, but it's easily avoidable. What's hard to avoid is he has this crazy beam that he gets if you're too far away. That can one shot you, right? So what you want to do is you basically want to stay really close to him, and just before he does his little slam thing, you want to like flame dash away and then go back up to him. And what you're doing now, just do that on him. Do it to him, Dennis. All right, we gotta find the correct way to go. There's so many different options. I think this is it, though. Yeah, this is the way we want to go. All right, I'm gonna let you catch up to me. Come on, Dennis. You go the opposite way.
Hey, Dad.
Yep,
Hey, Dad, honey. Hey, Dad. She done fell slap out my holster.
Have you played the Stick of Truth?
Wait,
You know,
who the what?
the South Park game? That was not the right
Never.
way, by the way. Oh man, it's so funny. It's like watching an episode of South Park that you're interacting with,
Eh,
and it's called the Stick of Truth, and it's an RPG, which is crazy. It's like the funny Path of Exile, except nowhere near as good. You know, nowhere near as
Yeah,
deep.
well,
Where is this dadgum bridge?
where's this dadgum Kenny at? That's what I wonder.
Yeah, they're also nerfing the support gems instead of some of the high-end OP gear. Some of the new players can afford as
Just now
gems.
found Dr. Seducebag.
I think gems. Gems are not the problem. Because, and here's the thing that GGG, I don't think they're taking into account, is every time you stick a skill gem on a gear, and every time you add a support to it, it increases the mana cost to use that skill, right? So,
Yeah.
it's already hard enough for new players to manage mana, because, with the whole flask piano situation and things, having to sit there and flask over and over and over again to keep your mana up, unless you have twink gear, which, most people aren't going to have gear that's going to make it to where they don't have to worry about their potions and things. Like Dennis, Dennis has gear that I provided for him. You're going to want to click this big round ball thing. And, if Dennis didn't have me providing that gear for him, that's not gear he'd be able to acquire except in-game play. So, new players are going to have to manage, newer players are still going to have to learn to manage their skills, learn to manage their mana, and they're going to have to make the decision as, okay, do I want more power? Can my build support this? Can I even use this right now? This is all decisions that need to be made by players, and they, it's especially in the process of learning, what's worth taking and what's not. Obviously, you wouldn't want to stick Arcane Surge on a totem because it's not going to do anything, but new players aren't going to know that. They're going to read the description, and it's going to say, Arcane Surge, you spend a certain amount of money and it increases the spell damage. Well, a lot of skills don't use spell damage. Even if if you can link, it doesn't mean you should, because it's not going to be as effective as, say, Elemental Overload or elemental damage with attacks, things like that. So are you running? Where are you at? Oh, dang, you're all the way down there. I'm sorry, Dennis. I'm just talking and walking away from you. Here we go.
Speed running heifer.
So, there's still a lot for players to have to do with gems. So you're right. If you think that the gems are the problem and that they're bad across the board, then yeah, maybe increasing the difficulty of the game slightly is the right answer, not nerfing every single gem, because then you're still going to have the same cost to use, but it's not going to be as effective. And plus, how do you effectively nerf all these gems and not destroy 90% of the builds that people know and love? If one particular skill is so powerful that it's wrecking the entirety of the content that you've created for the game, then that's the skill that needs to be adjusted. If it's a problem for you that people are running around with 12 auras and, just making the game like a cakewalk, then adjust the skills, adjust the passive tree, so you can't have that many auras without significantly more investment than there is now. Make that kind of stuff only accessible to the top tier super high end players, so it's still interesting to them, and make it stuff you can only get by crafting things the correct way, or getting the lucky implicits when you val something. Make it required for people to learn how to craft the gear necessary to do these top tier high end builds, because right now like this build right here, right? This is an expensive build, but it's not so expensive that it's impossible for a new player to attain at some point. And this is a build you can run in-game content with. you wouldn't want to take this build into serious because you just don't have the single target DPS required without standing in one place and just blighting away. So, this would not be the serious boss killing, build that a lot of people like long for. So make it to where you need multiple builds. Like, make it to where, like, one build can't do everything, which is, it's something they've managed to do pretty well, but, let some of the builds be specialized for specific tasks. Like, nobody needs a jack of all trades build in a game like this. Like, there should be options when you're doing builds, And
Yeah, keep my options open.
right. And if the leagues are if the acts are too easy for people, then make the acts a little bit harder, yeah, but keep the power intact, or just nerf the stupid OP gems that wreck the entire game in a solo self-found environment before you reach level 50. And which it's another subject I wanted to touch on, as far as like all these changes that are coming up, are like the league mechanics. So everyone complained about Ultimatum because they thought that the content was too hard, right? I mean, you're talking about probably one of the most interesting league mechanics I've gotten to play was Ultimatum, because you had to really figure out if your build was capable of running certain ultimatums. Like, if Stone Circles is hard for you, don't run it. If survival is a problem for your build and you do a survive the wave of enemies ultimatum, then obviously you need to work on your survivability. Like, it's a good gauge for people to figure out what they need to work on with their builds. Like, don't complain because it's too hard. Do better. Figure out what it is that's crippling your build for that ultimatum and fix it. That's why this game has the deep progression system that it has, because you can this build is a serious, this build is stupid good for mapping, but not as good for bossing as it could be. But that's something that I can fix with crafting and changing some of the notables on my tree. It's something that can be fixed, and I should have to fix it. Or I should have to create another build that's just dedicated for bossing. That, I think that is, in essence, is what Path of Exile should be. And new players are hurting themselves more than GGD ever could. You take Navandus, right? Navandus creates an elemental hit build, right? And I'm not saying that this is a bad thing, but new players take these builds, they build the builds, they think that they're going to play like the streamer is, and they're just not, because there's still boss mechanics. Oh, go ahead and start this boss fight. Oh, you already did, didn't you? Dennis, where are you? Oh, okay, you didn't go in the same door I did. Alright, I'm right here, bud. Next to this doorway. There you go. Pyramid Apex. Alright, go ahead and start the boss build and let me know if you need help. What? You're not supposed to leave the area right when you get into it. Don't forget to get that crafting recipe.
What crafting recipe?
You might have already gotten it. Yeah, if you don't see it, then you already got it. But new players aren't challenging themselves to really learn the game. You should only use a build guide long enough to learn enough about the game to want to try your own build. Take the build guides, learn how different things interact with each other, and then experiment. That's how you get to really enjoy a game like this. The prospect of creating a build that's so strong that you can handle all the content, and it's something that no one taught you how to do. You built it, Man, you're doing really well, Dennis. Get him. Mess him up. And you're right. Gems are the most accessible way for new players to increase their power. Like, take for example elemental proliferation support, right? This is level 8, right? You know, it's not a ton of extra damage. This bow, on the other hand, that was crafted to, you know, +3 of support gems, and all the gems are supported by level 10 onslaught, and then the fire burst, and then the area of effect, and double damage. Like, that's all stuff. Ooh, I'm getting killed by falling stuff. You know, that's all stuff that, you know, I had to learn how to craft. You know, that's the OP gear that new players need to learn how to make for themselves. Gems should not be changed. You know? And I really, and this is unfortunate, I really believe that they made all these changes because of speedrunners. Because, you know, you've got people like Quantric and Tai and Zizaran who can massacate this game.
I'm not sure how to answer that.
I'm not trying to get you to answer anything, phone. That can massacate this game with no gear. Like, but once again, you're talking about the top 5, you know, the top 1% of people that play this game. Yeah. Yeah, that you're right. And if they nerf the gems on that, it will turn that build to absolute garbage. And you're absolutely right. And then, like, a build that, you know, you've come to really enjoy playing is no longer viable. I am sorry, Dennis. I did not mean to kill him for you, but he walked right next to me, and he got died.
Be alright. He was almost already dead anyway.
So yeah, I'm 100% with you on the aspect that gems aren't the problem. You know what I think, like, they're the big stuff that they're ignoring is like, you know, the loot explosions. That's an issue. You know, when you get, you know, when you kill a boss and, like, you know, you get 900 orbs of alteration, and you have to click each one of those all, like, individually, like, stack the currency when it falls. It's not that hard to do. Every other game has some form of you know, currency stacking, like, built into it. And then you know, let's see, that's one of the issues I have with the game. What's another one that I really don't like? I'm gonna think about it here in a minute, now that I haven't thought about it. Where is Clarissa at? Oh, you're over there taking care of her right now, aren't you?
No.
Have you found the chick yet that needs to be rescued?
No.
I think she's up here somewhere. I don't see her on my screen because I've already done it. I think it's going to be right around here somewhere. You still don't see the chick that needs to be rescued?
No.
Do you see a chick with an exclamation mark over her head?
Negative. I don't even see nothing on the map indicating any of that.
Huh. Maybe it's back here? No, it would be...
There it is.
Oh.
Hold on, I found
It
it
is
right
back here. Yep, here it is. This is where it would be. I think I already killed the guys, so you just need to talk to the chick.
Find the toll man, the crematorium, it says.
Doesn't crematorium sound like a Metallica song? Crematorium! Alright, then we can go into Act 3. The Sarn Encampment. Now, Dennis, you are level 24.
I reckon I am.
Yeah, you are.
Oh,
You and, like, exiting as quickly as you enter. Is my stream frozen up? No, oh, there it goes. My guy's moving now.
that would just make life complicated.
That would just, like, make life more complicated. The average build only have, yeah. It was already hard for newbies. They watched a few streamer
Oh,
highlights and
no,
decided
not
to
the
learn the
labyrinth.
basics.
Negative.
You could probably handle the labyrinth with my help.
No.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Like, and when you watch someone like Tai Killer, right? For example, like he's one of my favorite speedrunners. When you watch someone like him, like absolutely demolish the game, you're sitting there thinking to yourself, like, all right, this shouldn't be that hard to do. But there's an inherent knowledge that he has about the game that most people aren't going to have starting out. Like, it's just not something. It's just not something you're going to know. Like, there's no reason for a new player to have to play that game this fast. You know, like. So yeah, okay, ramp up the difficulty a little bit, but don't ramp it up for like the common player. Like, especially not by destroying the gems. Like, gear should be harder to accomplish. Like, you know, they already kind of did it. Like, they took away our exploding chests. They took away our wands that like triggered a skill, like when you use another skill, like trigger wands. They took those away. And then they gave us Spell Slinger, which is like a crap version of it. But at least they gave us a viable option that you had to build around to make it as effective as it used to be without being totally easy. So, but you know, when you nerf, like I agree with you 100%. Like, the gems are not what needs to be nerfed. You know, I don't think anything really needed to be nerfed. I just think that if you have an issue with people getting to certain content they shouldn't be able to get to, make the content that you don't want them to get to harder to get to. Like, increase the difficulty of the maps. Like, ramp up map difficulty. Like, I wouldn't change the acts. I might add a little bit more monster density, or I might increase the monster life. But if you're going to do that, you should also make like what the monsters drop better. In general, like, you know, stuff that can help new players create a build capable of doing harder content. You know, but yeah, changing all the gems, not what I would have done. Not even slightly. Especially when you're going to be making all these changes to the gems right at a new league launch. Like, I would have like gone like a little period of like maybe a month where I made like these meta shifting changes, and then launched a new league. This way people would have an opportunity to like experience how big the game is going to change before jumping into a brand new league, especially if like the changes you're making are increasing the difficulty of the game. Then you're introducing a new league, which from what I understand is not going to be a super simple league anyway. It's kind of like, you know, it's kind of like Delirium meets the Atlas. So, I mean, there's just so many different ways they could have approached it that would have made it better for everyone involved. Like, I don't know that big changes to gems are the right answer, especially because like I said earlier, like people like me that have so many builds, like it's going to affect every single build I have. You know, I don't want to have to go into 50 something builds and like make small changes so that my builds are at least somewhat viable again. That's such a pain in the butt. And, you know, the other really, really, really hard thing is these streamers, like these, the YouTubers and streamers that create these build guides and all these, like, these big, like, guide providers, like, their guides are going to become either completely useless or need serious work to still be as viable as they were. Like, they take the Soul Rest Necromancer build, right? I actually think I have one of those. Let me see. Bring up my build list. Alright, I know I have a Soul Rest Necromancer somewhere. Give me 1 second. Soul Rest Phantasm Necromancer. Okay, yeah. Alright, so let me log into this one real quick. So for minion builds especially, for minion builds especially, oh crap, I'm gonna have to do it this way. Minion builds, the effectiveness of the build scales on gem levels, right? So, you know,
There we go.
sorry, Dennis, I had to bring out another build because of what I'm talking about. So let me join you.
That's fine. I was busy putting all the dogs on.
Nice. All right, so this is effectively this is Nav's Soul Rest Necromancer. I made a couple of little changes to it because I don't like to just do everything exactly the way other people do, but in essence this is his build. Now, when we cyclone, we desecrate, cast while channeling, and then here we have our Soul Rest staff, which triggers a level 20 summon phantasm field when you consume a corpse, right? And then this has this of course creates and destroys the corpses as it goes, which is why this build is so strong, right? So let me know when you're ready to continue, Dennis. So if you change all these gems, like for example the Soul Rest the Summon Phantasm support, right? When you take away the power of a level 21 and a level 20 Summon Phantasm, then you're crippling a build that was really, really, really amazing. But this build is not exactly a beginner friendly build. It requires a lot to get into it. The Soul Rest staff is not something that most new players are going to be able to get. Alright, we're looking for the crematorium. Now, is this build overpowered? Abso-freaking-lutely. This build is crazy. It is so good. But it's only good because it requires so much to get it that way. And I just... This is a build that will get crippled if they change too much on it. And it's sad because it's such a fun build. But when you nerf gems, you're basically you're neutering any summoner build at all, because summoner builds scale on gem levels. I think we lost Dennis.
Yes.
Oh, okay, you're back. Did you get disconnected? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right.
Oh!
Are you okay?
I gotta start back at the freaking starting camp.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Here.
Yeah. There you go. Now, follow you.
Nope. Stay in start encampment. Go back to start encampment. Go back in.
Oh my god, really?
No, I created a portal for you.
I just clicked the little blue.
Yeah, there you go.
Dang it!
Click the portal, Dennis. The portal.
I keep going the wrong way.
Did you come over here? Where are you going? Follow me.
I'm coming.
Click this dude. Oh gosh, I hope I didn't go into it before you did.
You did.
All right, here you go. I'm sorry. All right, there we go. My bad, dude. I'm sorry. Get the waypoint. Oh my gosh. you don't have to worry about any trials of ascendancy. So we're just gonna go find Tulliman and get his bracelet.
Yes, because I've got mine.
I'm not even running my auras. There we go. Alright, that's the trial of ascendancy that we don't need to do. You should be able to follow this follow me a lot easier with this build.
No,
But I move
there's
so
like
slow.
70 of you.
You should be able to watch a streamer or a YouTuber who has an in-game build like this one and want to aspire to that build. Right? Like that's the natural order and progression of things. I think I'm going the wrong way.
Of course you are. You're always going the wrong way.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, Dennis. I didn't sit there and study all the layouts like a good little Path of Exile speedrunner.
Yes, you do.
All right, I'm gonna wait because apparently I'm moving like 3 miles an hour and it's still tough for you to keep up.
Yeah. There's like 400 of you.
Which would make it a lot easier for you to follow because just follow the 400. All right, this is the way we need to go. Like I'm literally moving at a snail's pace. Nerf doors. Doors are OP. Doors can stop a build like this.
How come you already go through the door and I still have to open the freaking door?
Cause I flame dash through them.
I keep forgetting I have flame dash.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I used to forget that I had movement skills too.
Like as of right now, I got too many skills.
This is our first encounter with Piety. This is going to be a very, very, very fast encounter. We've technically killed Piety, but you can't kill her this early. But she had 0 health left. I think the Summoner will still be viable for next league. See, yes. I do think that Summoner will be a viable league start. By the way, we're going to create a portal. So, here's the portal. Because they introduced the Reaper Gem. And the whole... Here's the crazy thing about the Reaper Gem, right? Is it's designed to be a single minion. Right? Which is both good and bad. Because having other minions is going to buff the Reaper, but it's going to prevent you from having like an army of minions running around you. So, do I think they're going to nerf Summoner? In a way. They're going to nerf like horde armies. Like they're going to nerf like, you know, like the Skelemancer builds, they're going to nerf the Carrier Golem builds. They're going to nerf the, you know, like the zombie horde builds. Like, they're going to nerf builds like that because they're not going to be as viable. But they're not going to make too many, like, they're not going to destroy minion damage because, well, I mean, they could actually bring minion damage down. And because the Reaper consumes other minions to make itself more powerful, still, all right, we're going to the suitor, we're going this way. Still make it possible to have a good Summoner build because the Reaper's going to consume all the other minions you have to, you know, to enhance its power. So the nerf is going to come to like to Necromancer horde builds, but like whatever they reduce, the sewer's right here. Whatever they reduce with the Necromancer horde builds will be made up for in the fact that Reaper's going to get buffed by consuming other minions. So yeah, you're not gonna you probably won't see. I mean, you know, there's gonna be people that still run, you know, Carrion Golem builds. There's still gonna be people that run like, you know, Skelemancer builds. They're just gonna figure out a way to make it work because they enjoy it that much. But that again is the top like 10% of players that are going to take the time and invest the currency and the farming and, you know, the grinding to make that build possible. All right, Dennis, you have to find these 3 platinum busts. I'm not going to be able to help you find these. Because I have no idea where they're at, and I don't see them on my screen. So yes, I think that like the Reaper Summoner is going to be a very, very, very solid League starter. But I don't think that the typical Summoner builds that use like a crazy amount of... Congratulations on level 26. They use a crazy amount of minions to like do all the work for you. I don't think builds like that are going to be viable. Like, look at this. Like, for example, look at this army right here. Look at the health bar of all these minions. I've got 21 Phantasms right now. 21 Phantasms, and I don't even know. I don't think that this is a zombie-based build. Yeah, I don't have any zombies. But I've got 21 Phantasms. I've got the Skitterbots. I've got 3 Spectres. I've got my Animate Guardian. I've got all that running at the same time. Like, this is a stout Necro Horde build. Dennis, where are you even at? Are you there? Oh, there you are. Okay. Oh, see, I didn't even know that bust was there. You're gonna have to look
Getting
for
all
the...
busty.
Yeah, you're gonna have to look for the exclamation marks. Like, this build will probably still be okay, but it's gonna take a lot more to make it really, really, really good. Like, make it feel the way it feels with... Because the Soul Rest Necromancer build, like, once you get, like, some of the required uniques, like, you need a Diadem, you need the Soul Rest Enzymite Staff, and you need the Triad Grip. Like, everything else, you know, you can find a way to make the build work without it. Like, these boots are, like, awesome. But I can use these boots on any build, and they'd be good. You know, this belt is awesome. But I could put this belt on any build and make it awesome. You know, like, these rings are really good. Really, really good. This armor is really, 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 really good. But I could put any of it on other builds and it would still be good stuff. But that's stuff that, like, this is all stuff that I had to craft to make it as good as it is. You know, like these boots, right? Like, these boots are not going to be accessible to the common player, you know? Let me make sure this is on the right league. This is standard league. Why is everything going wonky? League standard. So, like, a pair of boots like this, you know, when you put everything that I've got into them, you know, these are worth exalted, like, you know, multiple exalted orbs. You know, this armor, you know, this is a 250x armor, easy. You know, these rings, you know, each of them, you know, you're looking at 2 exalts apiece. You know, that's
I
not...
gotta deliver the busts.
Alright, cool. You should be, you should find a waypoint right there on the other side of the doorway that you're at. Where are you even at? I have to find you.
Waypoint.
Oh, okay, cool. Like, the way I've got this build set up, I'm gonna go ahead and find the entrance to the next area and make you a portal so you can do what you need to do in town comfortably. Like, the way I have this build built, this is a, you know, with the cluster jewels and everything that I have in it, like, this
Weakness.
This build is worth a mirror at least.
Spare.
And
feeble.
while there is a budget version of this build that the average player could attain, to make it possible to do all the you know, the in-game content that it's capable of doing, requires crafting, it requires currency, it requires a deeper knowledge of the game that new players aren't going to have and can't get to that end point, that super in-game content without.
Convocation. Those all minions that are following you to your location for life for duration.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I confused Convocation and Desecrate. Desecrate creates corpses. Convocation recalls minions to you.
Slinger. Dang. Guess the only one I can really use is going to be Convocation.
Yep. All right, I'm gonna create you a portal at the next waypoint.
Anvil.
Yeah, and they're making huge nerfs to flasks. Huge nerfs. Like, if your build is reliant on flasks at all, it will not be viable. Like, I can just tell you that now. Like, flask builds are gonna be no good. There you go. I got your portal.
Ravenous Horde.
Cool. Ravenous Horde is really good for survivability. So yeah, like, if I were you, I would probably go the summoner path or find a build that doesn't really rely on flasks, because, like, basically what's going to happen is when you use a flask charge now, right? Like, if I were to hit my Seething Divine flask here, then, you know, it would consume 15 of 45 charges. It means it has 3 uses before the flask is empty, right? Well, right now, let me show you something. Right now, oh, by the way, you gotta click this thing right here, and then we're gonna go over here to the docks. So right now, if I click my flasks, they'll all empty out, right? But I can refill them while I'm killing things, which basically means that I can, like, in a dense pack of monsters, I can keep 100% uptime on my flasks, right? Right. So essentially what they're doing is they're making it to where the flasks won't refill themselves while the flask is. We're going over here to the docks. While the flasks are active, which means you're not going to be able to refill the flask until after the effect is done. So, instead of, in a dense pack of monsters, have 100% uptime, there's going to be periods of time where your flasks are down because, hey, you're not gaining flask charges while you're killing, you're gaining them after the flasks are used. So that's gonna hurt a lot. I mean, and that's gonna be really hard for new players too, because this game is built on using flasks. Like, if you want to access the really good content, you have to know how to use flasks. Like, yeah, Ultimatum you wouldn't have been able to do an Ultimatum with the new flask system. It just wouldn't have been viable at all. And unfortunately, I think that's gonna be a hurdle for people. Is, I mean, I like the idea of automating flasks because, it is gonna make it easier to have your flasks running, but you can't use your flasks for immunity anymore. Like, you can use your flasks on effect. So, like, let's say you get cursed with corrupted blood, right? Well, if you have a flask that removes corrupted blood, or removes curses on use, right? Right now, immune to curses during flask effect, right? They're taking that line off. You won't be immune to curses during the flask effect. You will be able to use the flask to remove the curses, but you're not going to have curse immunity from it anymore. So that's a huge, huge nerf, and they're removing some of the flasks from the game completely. And like the granite, or the dadgum. Yeah, I didn't see a quartz flask on there, and I don't know if I saw basalt or not. You really don't have to. You really don't have to worry about Fairgraves. I probably skipped right by what you actually needed and did not even realize it because I don't see it on my map.
I don't know what I'm going for. So.
You're looking for an exclamation mark.
The only one I've seen so far was on Fairgrounds.
Okay. Well, then it might be this way. . 'Cause, 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 ' Yep, here it is. Right here.
He's dead.
You died?
I died.
How did you die?
It's a long story. I got caught up and didn't realize I was getting hit. I was trying to pick up a freaking scroll.
Oh, okay. That's actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, I died. You're all right. Wrong way. Wrong way. There you go. Down, down, down. Nope. The other way. Basalt will be a it will be a joke. Like, yeah. There you go. Now you're going the right way. Keep nope. Yep. Keep going that way. All the way down. Yeah, I'm afraid that they're making too many nerfs. You know, like, a couple of nerfs, okay, but you're like they weren't lying when they said they were completely changing the meta game of Path of Exile. Like, it's not going to be the same game it is now. And I don't think they're trying to destroy the game on purpose, but I think it's gonna... I think they, a lot of the stuff that we really have come to, like, enjoy having and using is gonna be broken, and that's never a good look. You know? Yeah, now the reason we did the docks and stuff first, Dennis, is because later on we're the next area we're going to be going and talking to a chick. Her name is Dahlia, and she's going to make us go and find the items that we already found. So we just saved a lot of time by doing that first.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to miss some of these builds. I'm going to miss this build. I hope they don't destroy this build, because I really like this build. Oh, you leveled. I thought I leveled. I'm like, ooh, I'm level 91 now. I got all excited and I didn't even level. Hey, you want to do this?
It was me.
You want to do this Val side area and see if we get Val summon skeletons? It's hard at first to utilize flask, but yeah. Well, I mean, as a new player, you don't understand just how powerful the flasks really are until you are forced, until you're, forced to be in a situation where you use them. And then, like, you get comfortable with them and you begin to, like, really appreciate them, so you use them a lot more often. And then, like, their thought process is, okay, cool. We created these really strong flasks that really help players, out a lot. And now we're, like, let's just completely destroy the whole flask system that we have in place. And, give people another kind of currency they have to get. Because, why not? Val Ground Slam. Alright. I'm so sad we didn't get Val Summon Skeletons. That would have been a huge upgrade to your build. Alright, take that portal to get out of the area. When you're ready. But I can say that is one good thing about me is I've never wanted to be one of those people that play flask piano all day long. So luckily I haven't built up a heavy reliance on flasks. So for me, like, creating a system to automate flasks when I need them is gonna be nice for me But the thing that I'm not going to, the thing that's really going to bother me is, oh yeah, for sure. The thing that's really going to bother me specifically is like changes in health flasks. I did say flasks, right? Like, I'm afraid of whatever changes. Where are you at, Dennis? Oh, you went that way. Okay. The thing I'm afraid of is when
Yeah,
they.
behind again.
Sorry, I haven't been going fast.
Well, I got hung up back there, and
Oh, I didn't know. You gotta say
you was
something.
busy, you was busy running your mouth, so.
Wow. Like, for example, like, I don't know what they're gonna do with like flasks like this one, right? To me, this is like one of the perfect flasks. Like, any seething divine life flask is really, really good because it's instant recovery. Like, it's like a panic mode flask, and if I don't have that panic mode available to me, or and if I can automate it, but it takes away its effectiveness, like, that's gonna suck. Because really, health flasks are really the only flasks I use on a consistent basis. Like, the rest of them, like, I'll hit my, like, right now I use my flasks just for bossing as it stands. So that's not that big of a deal for me. Let's wait for Dennis here. There we go. But people that are overly reliant on the power of their flasks, like, that's gonna hurt really bad. Especially people that, oh no, that's the one they're taking out the flasks that give you elemental resistances. I think that's one of the flasks they're taking out. They're gonna make people have to get their elemental resistances on gear, which you really shouldn't rely on a flask for elemental resistances. But it's nice to have that option available if you can't get the resistances you need on the gear. Alright, here's the chick we have to talk to that, I made you grab all that stuff for.
Alright, Amber Amulet, Jade Amulet, Lapis Amulet,
What is
and Gold Amulet.
what is your lowest current attribute?
My lowest current attribute? Let's
Yeah.
see. Let's see. Which one of my attributes?
Strength, dexterity, or intelligence?
Dexterity is my lowest right now. That's
Okay.
at 49. Strength
the-
at 54.
Go ahead and get the Jade Amulet. Identify it, and then replace your current amulet
just-
with it.
Hold on. I don't think I got it. I think I just lost it.
No. Click on her and then click like something reward.
Ribbon Spool Reward. Okay. The Jade Amulet.
Yep.
You may go.
Well, I think they did that because like there's magic find builds in Diablo, and all right, hold on. Trade me back that
And I need
that
the,
amulet that you did have, the Tiki amulet.
the Coral Amulet.
Yeah,
I don't know if I want you to have it back.
but I need it.
No.
Well, I'll give you a topaz ring.
I don't want the Topaz Ring.
Alright, cool. Alright, now we can go here, back to the waypoint.
Oh, hold on, honey. Hold on.
Yeah, but I think they did that because like they want to encourage people to make magic find builds now. Because you can't. It's just such
Now
a.
that one is a Mind Gorget Jade Amulet. 20 plus 21 to Dexterity, plus 14 to Strength, plus 10 to Intelligence, 9% increased cast speed, and plus 34 to maximum mana.
Hold on, let me see that. Just put it in the trade window. You don't have to give it to me. I just want to just put it in the trade window. plus 21 to dex, plus 14 to strength, plus 10 to intelligence, plus 34 to mana. That's actually, like, if you crafted some health on there, that'd be a pretty nice, it'd be a pretty nice little amulet for your stats.
I don't know how to craft health on to nothing, so.
Oh, really? Oh, wait, do you have a hideout yet? Okay, click on the waypoint.
Oh no! I don't. Gotta find out where the heck I'm going first. Wait.
Okay,
What?
now on the bottom right-hand corner, do you see something
Earn
that
a
says...
personal hideout. Complete a certain quest for Helena in Act 2.
All right, you haven't done that quest yet. All right, we'll get to that. Do you wanna? Cause we're yeah. Let's go ahead and go to the sewers, and then we'll get to the next waypoint, and then we'll backtrack and do that quest. All right, you gotta click this this undying blockage. I don't know if you'll see it, but next to this door, there should be a crafting recipe here if you haven't already gotten it. Yeah, I'm gonna be working on a Reaper build. Just, you know, I mean, that just immediately jumped out to me, because I really like minion builds, and I think that the Reaper build could be really, really good. So that's what I'm gonna go with. All right, go ahead and grab this waypoint right here, and we're gonna go to Act 2 to the forest encampment. I also like totem builds, so if depending on how I'm feeling, I might do a Hierophant totem build, or I might do a Necromancer witch build. I'm gonna wait till like the full patch notes come out. All right, Helena's right here. Talk to her and find out what you need to do. Because I do not remember.
Search the Dread Thicket for a hideout.
Okay, cool. All right, come with me. Take the waypoint to the northern forest.
It won't let me go there.
It won't let you go to the northern forest? Did you not get the
No.
waypoint? That's all
I
right.
don't know.
That's all right. Here
I
we
go
go.
to the caverns.
That's okay. No, go to the take my portal. All right, now click the waypoint.
Yeah, I got a road one.
All right, come with me. We're going to the Dread Thicket. It's not this way. It's the other way. So many specters. So many phantasms. Yeah, that's the most annoying thing ever, is dying. Where is the stupid Dread Thicket? See, I don't care about the Dread Thicket. I never go into it. And that's probably not it. That's probably the... Nope. We gotta go back this way. I'm sorry, Dennis. I'm sorry.
The entrance to the caverns.
Yep. I never go to the Dread Thicket, so I forgot, like, I forgot the door is over here somewhere. Okay, I don't know where the heck the door to the Dread Thicket is. Is it further this way? Oh, here it is. Okay, I found it. Where is the... Oh, he's right here. Okay, cool. Let's go to the Dread Thicket. Now we're gonna be the most tanky ascendancy in PoE. That's a toss-up between... Well, I mean, every build is super tanky if you build it correctly, in their own way. Like, summoner builds are tanky if your monsters, you know, kill everything fast enough. But as far as like straight up tanky, and what's my tankiest build, is a chieftain, and I created a build that Are you there, Dennis?
Yeah, I'm there.
Why are you stopped?
I had to get rid of some stuff.
Oh, okay. My
I
tankiest
accidentally picked up a bunch of clutter.
My tankiest build is it's a created build that has like ridiculously high life and crazy fast health regeneration, and it does damage on a cast win damage taken loop, and so basically when I get hit by anything, the screen explodes with stuff that kills everything, and
Like the flying daggers and the freaking meteorites or whatever.
yeah. And see that build, it's super hard for me to take a death in that, and that's a build that I don't really need to use any flasks. I mean, I might like have like a seething flask just as a panic mode flask, but it doesn't really use any flasks, and it doesn't have any active skills. So yeah, that's my tankiest build for sure. But I designed it to take a hit so that it could deal damage after the fact. And we gotta go... I think you found the way. Yeah, you did. I'm coming, Dennis. I would show you that build, but I don't... Yeah, I think so. Alright. Let's enter this lush hideout. Let me know when you're in here.
Dang it!
All right.
Happened to me twice. Back
You
to
should
back.
have to. You should have Helena somewhere in here to talk to.
Yeah, it's gonna be back here.
Yep. Go ahead and talk to Helena.
Clear the hideout.
All right, and now let's kill everything in here. Which I think I might have already done. Oh, nope, this way.
There,
Alright.
I got a lush hideout.
Alright, let's take a portal back to town. Alright, and click your waypoint and go travel to your hideout. Is it still not working? Bottom right hand corner?
It just says to earn a personal hideout, complete a search quest for Helena and Acton.
Oh, go come here and talk to Helena. That's Yena. There you go.
Create hideout. There you go. Now we're going to lush hideout.
Lush hideout. Alright, cool. Now, you see that crafting bench right there?
Yeah.
Stick your necklace in that crafting bench.
Okay.
Now, what do you see?
Prefix, suffix.
Are they all red, or are there some that are white?
Everything's red except for I got a 15 to 25 to maximum life, and then I got to add 3 to 5 and 6 to 8 physical damage to attack.
Okay, click on the maximum life.
Okay.
and click. I think it'll be craft. Yep.
All right.
All
Now
right.
I got plus 20 to maximum life.
Yeah. There you go. You crafted a pretty decent amulet.
Yay!
Welcome to Basics of Crafting, Super Basics of Crafting 101.
Yay!
Hey!
How do you uncorrupt something?
You do not uncorrupt something. Once it's corrupted, it stays corrupted.
No. So that belt you gave me, this string of servitude says it's corrupted.
Yeah, and you can't usually there's very few uniques you can craft on. Unique are the dark orange items. So like that string of servitude belt, even if it wasn't corrupted, you still couldn't craft on it.
And
And I think everything you have except that necklace now is all unique. Well, all right, Interblood, this is going to be the end of my stream for today. Thank you for joining me, and I will be back Monday morning. You can check out my schedule, and thank you for chilling with me and Dennis.